And we are live. It was that fast.
That was so fast.
I told you I was going to make it really quick because it was taking forever. And I was just like,
Hmm.
yeah.
But here we are.
Hey, everybody, welcome in. I know there's a couple people that are hanging out. Some people are probably like, oh shit, I didn't know she was live yet. I know the notification hasn't gone out. So we're just going to kind of shoot the shit for a minute until
Let's do it.
we get going, get rolling. Um,
Yeah.
and I just realized that my software is allowing me to change the size of my chat box, which is
Ooh.
messing with my emotions. It was supposed to be in a specific size in a specific place, and now it's
And now it's changing.
rude. Okay. Hey, if it wasn't like this, they know that it wouldn't be me at all. So, by the way, I'm looking at you when I look this way. So if you ever see my eyes go weird and like look in a weird direction, this is where you are to me. So if I'm
That's
looking
how
this
you can see
way,
me. Oh, should I quickly do a little story? Put the link in, like super fast,
yeah, go ahead.
or no? I'm gonna do it right now so that people can join.
No,
I just don't
absolutely.
want to. Okay, I've got you here. Perfect. You're still here. You can still hear me and stuff, right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Fantastic. Good. I just didn't want to like totally lose you.
Now, anybody in the chat, please feel free to let me know if you can hear us, if you can hear her, if you can hear me. Because if you can't,
Yeah.
then we're kind of wasting
Let
our
us
breath.
know.
We're kind of wasting our time.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
It's true.
Well, she
Great
was on the
join.
appropriate side, but it might flip us. I don't know.
I'll be back. I'll be back onto the appropriate side. Join us live with. I like to speak out loud when I do these things.
I
It's
do
just
too.
right. That's I can't. I can't like text or do anything without kind of saying stuff out loud. That's just me.
Hey, what's
I
up,
guess this
Kaz?
is.
Thanks for popping
So,
in, man. Appreciate that. Can you hear us? That's all I'm asking. Somebody let me know. Oh, you're fine? Perfect. Yes, let's go. Yeah, Kaz is actually an artist himself, and he runs G&T Reactions channel.
oh.
Oh, I'm quiet.
Oh,
You
well,
heard
that's.
me yell? I can do that, y'all. My
I'm
mom
back.
tells me I'm
I'm back.
yelling. She's like, "You're screaming in your room." I'm like, "Well,
I my family's Greek, so we only yell when we talk. Like there's no like my whisper is like a normal person's like the level where someone's voice should normally be is my whisper.
okay, I'm gonna test this now. I've cranked up my mic to
That's,
like full blast.
that's,
Is that better? Because it's new, so I have to speak into it like
that's good
this.
to me. Oh, I know those mics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just got it, and it wasn't working the
Yeah.
last couple streams because it was being typical.
It's one of those ones that you have to like speak, yeah, from the end of it, not like the sides, right? I think I've worked with that
Are
before.
you telling me that I'm actually coming through maybe through a different mic? Because that will, man, I will be so pissed off. No, no, it's the right mic. Okay.
Really sound good.
Okay. So what it is that I'm tilting my head this way, and then it goes low, and I go like
Yeah.
this, and y'all can hear me yelling. So I'm gonna put this in front of my face because my voice is more important than my face right now.
I say the same thing.
I'm gonna talk with my forehead.
I love it.
Okay, is that better? Chat, let me know. I mean, I don't want to eat the thing.
How can I see the chat too? I don't want to like touch too. Oh, here we go.
Most of the
No,
time,
I'm not gonna touch.
people will
Touch
jump
anything.
into the YouTube live and they'll mute it, and then they'll just watch it as it goes and stuff if they
That
want.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
This mic is really clear, but like I said, I can't scream.
Just scream. My ears are already broken anyway from the level that I listen to music on.
Well, my family's out there, and my mom's like, "Good Lord, you're yelling." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm yelling." Because, I'm not used to echoing in my own ears, and so it really messes with my head and my emotions. So I'm yelling so I talk louder than when I'm echoing in my own ears because it irritates me.
Oh, believe me, I know. I feel your pain.
Okay, we'll just
Anytime
put it
I
this way.
record.
Technically, what she has to say is a little bit more important than what I'm saying, so we'll go with this. I'm good with this. Honestly, I feel like I'm eating the mic.
To snack.
No, but I appreciate everybody that's coming in here. I am,
Me
and
too.
Tal, I did see that. I did see that mini. I took a glance at it, but obviously, I'll take a better look later. I really appreciate you doing that for me. You do those really well. He makes these little mini, like cartoon characters of people,
Oh, that's awesome.
and then like they like spin and stuff, and it's really cool. So, he
Yeah,
did.
I need to really get on this Discord like vibe because I know it's like completely blown up in the last little while, and I'm late to the game. You know,
Yeah, Discord
I
is kind
am.
of where it's at when it comes to any especially YouTube channels that are a community. It's the best
Yeah,
place because you can post, you can chat and live whatever. You can post pictures. We drop, for example, in my specific server, reactions to songs that we like or new music coming out. We drop all of that in the Discord server so that anybody that's interested can click on it and go from there.
I love that, and it feels more like there's more opportunity for growth than even YouTube now, right? Like Discord really feels like there's like movement and you can actually watch, communities grow and take off. And I like that. I think it's more organic.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people they don't have the opportunity to really interact with their fans or their community that well.
Well, yeah,
Like me,
that too.
I never post on my YouTube community page because I forget all the time. I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, oops. Um,
Oops. Yeah.
and some people are like, oh, I found it on their community page. I'm like, there's a community page. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. I was pushing for the subscribers so that I could turn around and get the community posting, and then I don't use it.
Yeah. I feel like YouTube analytics is like not the best, especially now. I feel like this is the vibe that I might even just start like because I know a few people that actually like perform on Discord. Like they just do it like every, you know, week at the same time and same like day, and it's like, why not?
Yeah, people use
You
it that
know?
way for sure. By the way, I'm seeing you guys
Yeah.
come in. I see you, Rude Knock. I see you, Jared. I appreciate y'all being here, Straight White Male. See, I don't have a mute button like I used to have on this mic over here. So if I have to cough, y'all
Okay.
are just gonna have to deal with it. It's just the way life goes. So that's what you get for having a more clear sound. Is you get to hear all of my coughing. Um, so I'm just gonna say, let me put it out there. We've obviously been talking for a few minutes, but I haven't introduced who you are, and I know some people know who you are and some people don't. So we're gonna fix that right now. In all honesty, um,
Yeah.
this is Constant Music. Constant Music. That's the channel name. But her name's
Yeah.
she goes by Constant. She is a.
Constant.
I'm trying to think of which way to put it. How would you describe yourself? You are a.
There's a lot of different ways. I mean, okay, so I'm a singer songwriter. I'm also a rapper and lyricist. I kind of performer. I kind of am a Jill of all trades. Honestly, I it's hard to kind of like put my music into a box, and I like it that way because I get to do whatever I want and express myself in different ways. And yeah, I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter. That's who I am.
Well, and anybody that saw my story or the reel that I posted today on Instagram or Facebook has heard her music because that was her singing. So, and you have a new song coming out that's going to be all rap.
I do. Yeah, yeah. I'm switching it up. I like to kind of because I think the last few I've done, I did um well, Lonely Road, which is the clip that you posted. That one's more kind of a soul song, but it has a bit of rap in there, but mostly it's like very singing based. And then the next one I've got coming out is super different, like a totally different song. And that's called Cake Boss, like the show. Yeah. And I've just had fun with that one. It's yeah, it's all rap, very like hard kind of beat, and I'm just having fun with it. And kind of like the thing that's fun about getting to choose sort of which way you want to go is like you get to put on different hats, right? You get to be different aspects of yourself.
Right.
Whether like if I'm rapping and I'm doing a song like Kick Boss, it's got a different feeling for me and it comes from a different place. Like maybe I need to feel confident that day. Maybe I need to, flex. And sometimes when I rap, I kind of need to sort of it sort of satisfies a different part of me than, let's say, when I want to sing like a ballad or like a soul song. So it's just, I mean, music helps me get out my feelings and process, my life, and I like to just kind of, you know, do different things and be as versatile as possible, for sure.
Well, I can tell you that I've actually been stalking you for a minute, and it's been as long as I had. Okay, get this. This is one of those names that every time I see it, I know how to pronounce it, but once I go to pronounce it, I pronounce it wrong, or I pronounce it
Yeah,
right and
yeah.
think it's wrong. Do you know who I'm probably going to say? She's a female, purple hair.
Oh, are you talking about Tiny Wings? Or are
No,
you talking about
close.
Amy Tella?
Amy Taylor.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
always want to be like, it's a Marcella, but it's not. And I know it's
Yeah.
not.
Oh yeah. When we first, she's a really good friend of mine. She's a super super talented artist. Go follow her if you can.
She's been on here
Um,
before.
oh, she's been on too. Well,
Hmm.
of course she has. I'm not surprised. She's amazing. Um, yeah. No, I didn't know originally how to pronounce it either at first before I met her, and then I was like, obviously, that makes sense. We're going to be working on some stuff very soon together.
Good.
Also, we've got a lot of good ideas, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah,
That's how I
yeah,
found you because I don't know if she had just been on or had just been on or if she was about to be on like that next week. And she went and you guys were performing at the same place.
yeah,
And I saw these
yeah,
two super short little petite chicks and they were hanging out like, yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. I was like, who the hell is this? So I went and I
yeah.
checked you out and I hadn't heard you sing whatsoever. I'd only heard you rap. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right. So I hit the follow. And like I always do, I never just say, now there's a big difference. If it's somebody that everybody knows who they are, let's just say, for example, let's say it's Dax. Okay. Let's just say it's
Yeah,
Dax. I would be like,
yeah.
immediately. I mean, I wouldn't even need to like go check out the music and stuff, but I try to give
Oh, of
people
course.
an opportunity to make sure that I understand what their music's a little bit about before I bring them on, or to be completely honest, for what it's worth, endorse them. You know,
Yeah,
because I've had
very.
people where they want to come
Yeah,
on. Oh, put me on, put me on. I'm like, oh, that sounds great, especially in the beginning. And I'm like, oh, well, that sounds nice. And then I stop for 5 seconds. Thank God. Checked out their
yeah.
channel. I'm like, oh, well, no, this is not either. It's not the content that I want whatsoever that I'm really would stick by and say I would listen to this person, or
Right.
they just sucked.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry,
and it's your
it's a
channel.
reality. Everybody knows I'm a bitch about that. Like it's a reality. Some people just they're not at that level where they need to be to,
You're
and
real.
you don't have to be crazy
Uh,
great, but you need to
real.
not be like in the shower 5 feet away from your microphone with where you can't even hear you with an absolutely horrible beat and being like, yeah, that's my phone. I'm alone. Yeah, with auto
I
tune.
see a drone.
I have auto tune on this. I wish you could hear it if I did it, because I can turn. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it because it's
Do
fun.
it. You should do it. I want to hear it. I think everyone wants to hear it. No, but I know exactly what you mean. That it's
I'd be
there's a
like,
lot of.
I'm on the
Oh,
phone.
and you know what? That actually sounded pretty good. Sounded better than half of the auto tune rappers out there, honestly.
I
Because
can't do that.
no, I like that. Should we do a feature? Am I gonna feature you on my next song? I think people comment and leave it. Let us know.
I can't.
It's
I
gonna be called Phone featuring Cat.
oh look,
Right?
Inception.
It's still. You should just do the whole interview this way.
I really
You've
should.
got.
No, I have better ones for that. Hold on.
Oh wow. Is there like a Darth Vader one?
No,
Oh,
I love playing with this thing. It's great.
it's even better. The laugh.
I can't do that.
Oh. That's like one of those ones that like Anonymous uses for those,
That was fun. Let's not do
right?
that right now. Let's do that later. Okay.
But
So-
later you've gotta play around with that.
Oh
And
my
you
gosh.
need to I want a sample. I need you to send me a small, you see 18 bars of you auto-tune doing the phone rap.
It'd be like ring, 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 banana phone. I
Phone
could do
Home
that
Alone.
one. Okay, so I was
Oh,
actually I had this really
yeah.
crazy idea, and I was thinking about doing it, and there's no way I would end up doing it, but it'd be funny.
Tell me.
I was thinking of
What is-
doing Lion King songs as spoken word,
Oh, that would be so good.
right?
Like, hey, wait, can you give me like a little, sample of this?
Na Savannah.
Savannah.
I can't.
Wait.
Ababitsuala. And so, okay, so if I fast forward, it would be like, from the day we arrived on the planet
No, seriously.
and blinking, stepped into the sun. Like the whole,
I can hear it in my head.
with the auto tune? Oh no.
The circle of life. Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, well, I just can't
No.
wait to be king.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
You know, you just like be
Right?
real serious about it with
Yeah,
all the
super
lyrics.
serious.
It would be
Or
great.
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. It is not a passing craze.
It means no worries for the rest of your days. It just keeps going.
I mean, the whole thing, like a whole thing.
Oh, it'd be so good. And imagine, it probably wouldn't happen, but like, imagine if someone hadn't seen The Lion King or like didn't clue in that it was The Lion King that you were doing the spoken word to, and they were just like so mesmerized by the depth of this,
Like, wow, she's really,
right?
she's really like in her brain
She's
zone right
she's
now.
like a philosopher. Yeah.
Like, no, Elton John
Mind
got me.
Right?
No, I have
I
a
know.
big voice if I try. Like, I really do, honestly.
Oh.
However, I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't keep a straight face. There's
That
no
would be
way.
so fun. It kind of makes me think of, okay, what's that movie with Jonah Hill? Oh, remember when they did the spoken word? Him and, God, what's that movie called? It's like a remake of a classic. Maybe someone in the comments will say it. And he ends up doing a spoken word. And he it's one of those things where he does a song and he's trying to make it like it's his own. And it's really funny because he's hilarious. But anyway, I can never remember the movie that I'm talking about when I'm trying to like tell someone about a scene, and then it's like, what is even the point of talking about this when I don't even know the name of the movie
You know,
to tell you.
I was literally trying to think of like another one you could do it on. Okay, it could be like,
Yeah. Think about it.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that would be a good
gonna ride.
one. Until
Until I can't no more.
I can't no more. Like, just everyone's just mind blown. Have you? Oh no, those spoken word things are like. I mean, I've done a bit of, like, I used to write a lot of poetry before it just like turned into doing music and stuff.
Yeah.
And like when you're like an angsty, like depressed teenager and you're just like writing these like dark, deep,
That
deep
goes
poetry.
away.
No, it doesn't. I still do it. Now I just put beats to it.
You've matured. You've grown.
Yeah, I've
You've
grown in
realized
the
that
sense
just your spoken word is probably not going to do it. But
yeah, exactly.
I got you.
So then I add the music, and then it's digestible, Whereas before it's just sad. So
All of the above.
not all of them. Cake Boss is not like that. Cake Boss is a different.
This is my
a
favorite
different vibe.
part.
This, right? Yeah.
And my
The
thing,
snappy face.
a lot of mainstream music is kind of like that. It's like you do realize
Oh,
that you're talking on auto tune. That's what you're
oh
doing.
yeah.
There's not, and I don't care if I offend anybody. That's kind of, it's in the description, y'all. I don't care if I offend anyone. It's, there's no talent involved. Dude, I just auto tuned my voice.
I remember the first.
Case in
Oh,
point.
sorry. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Oh, she ran
Somebody's
away.
trying to. Don't you know that I'm on a Discord here? No. What was I gonna say? Honestly, I remember the first time I used autotune, and I was like shocked because I was thinking like all these autotune rappers and whatever, and it's like, and you're like, oh wow, there must be like a certain level of like, I don't know, skill to sing with it, but no, you quite literally can just like make a noise totally off key, and it sounds do it.
Okay. I learned this
But
with
you'll
my daughter.
probably.
I actually,
Yeah.
I posted her, she was singing her heart out into this
Oh,
microphone with the auto tune in
yeah.
her ears, but you couldn't hear it. So she was like, jingle bells. Like, okay. She was, she
I
was,
love it.
all right, I'll show you. Because you
Yeah, show
talk
me.
and yeah, you can hear it a little bit, but watch this. There's a big
Do
difference
it.
between talking and that's
Right?
one note.
But it sounds good though. No, yeah. But there's like one like one move like off of what you're doing, and all of a sudden it sounds completely different.
It's like
Right? It's just like,
those slide toys,
yeah,
right? It's like
it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, the ones that you get from like the dentist, right? Is that
You
no?
get toys from the dentist? I get
Yeah,
like
in
nightmares.
Canada, we get toys from the dentist.
I just get nightmares.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they give you nightmares and then they give you a toy here. That's what they do. I don't know. My dentist was dope. I used to love going to the dentist because they shared a treasure box and you
Well,
got to
yeah.
pick like those little like, you know, the toys like the parachute man or that thing.
Stickers and toothbrushes. That's it. That's all we
Yeah.
got.
No. You got to go to Dr. Chan.
Yeah, I'm gonna commute
Yeah.
for toys
Commute
at almost
to
40
Canada.
years old. Yes.
Yeah.
Nightmares and second mortgages. Facts. Facts, y'all.
Nightmares with a prize. uh,
Oh my god, I'm like crying. It's funny.
no, this is great. I'm loving each like random direction that happens here. This is the way that I like to talk to people anyway. Like I like to go down whatever path we're going on and just see where it leads, you know.
Well, that's kind of the entire purpose of and that's not
Oh, yeah.
funny. My kid's dentist gives them ice cream. Really?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny that they give them ice cream.
It's like when they give them
'Cause isn't
candy,
that-
you're like,
Yeah, it's like, really? Oh, because you want me to come back. I get it.
well, see, here's the thing.
Right?
And I do this spiel almost every single time, especially when I have somebody who's not previously a member of the community, the elsewhere community, all of this. There's a whole theme behind the community, the name, where it came from, what it's about. But
Yeah.
the bottom line is that what I personally want to do is get to know independents, artists, rappers, singer, doesn't matter, producers, beat makers. I've had somebody who designs studios and authors. I've had authors on Dirty Book Authors, my favorite.
Oh, yeah. I've just found out a lot of stuff about this, and it's very interesting. It's opened up a whole new world.
I've had 3 of them, and
so
I know them personally, and I've read all their books, and they're amazing. So, and the funny part was that the guys stuck around in the live, like from minute 1 to the end. They were like engaged.
Oh, yeah.
But the point is to have a conversation and just be you, just hang out and have.
Totally.
So, like, if we were going to have a conversation about random things, and I'll give an example, in the Discord server in a voice chat where there's like 4 people in there and you're just talking, and then 2 people just kind of branch off and start talking. That's how the whole podcast started. Because people are like, well, you should do this, but you should do it live on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Of course.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
My point is that it's like a private conversation where you can kind of go anywhere. It doesn't have to be so. Where are you from?
Yeah. Yeah, where are you from? what's your music? What's every song that you've ever written about? Like, no, I get it.
Who is your
This is so
biggest
much more than that.
influence?
Yeah.
What year did you start?
Yeah.
Like
Literally, those are the questions.
right.
Always.
So if you notice,
Yeah.
I avoid those questions for the most part. If there's something you want to talk about, you can bring it up. That's not a big deal. However,
Yeah.
there is so much other fun stuff to talk about. I mean,
Well,
really.
and this way too, like people, let's say that aren't familiar with you, like this is the way for like any person that's being like newly introduced to your music, or you as a person can like hang out and like get a feel for who you actually are, not just the you in the song or the you on social media or whatever. This is like we're hanging out. You know what I mean? Like so.
They listen to your
Yeah.
music, but they stick around for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if all you have is just your music, of course, people are going to click on it. People are going to listen to it. People are going to, but you're going to get the loyal followers and you're going to get the loyal people when they realize they like you just as much as they like your music. Or they like where your heart's at, where your head's at, where your humor's at. Like those three things are where you get the 3 H's of, how to engage people is your heart, your head, and your humor.
Yeah, that's so true.
We have bots. Yay, I've made it, y'all.
Yay!
And I don't think I have a mod, so I gotta log in myself. Hold on.
Does that mean we're on the track? Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Hello, bots.
I said dirty books, and that's what happens. Hold on. Let me get them. I see you.
I heard a thing. I saw like this like TikTok video about how bots apparently bots are like people, not maybe on Discord, but like apparently on Instagram, if like bots are looking at your story, it's like somebody purposely like looking you up to look at your story.
Well, I get a lot of people that watch my stories. Okay, like 2 or 3 each time.
Yeah.
Their profile picture is their naked asses. Or
yes, thank you. Or just like
and I'm
boobs.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
And
it's like
my favorite.
But also I don't know you.
My favorite is the one that had like nipples this big.
Yeah.
This big, and I'm like,
yeah. And they have like 3 pictures, and like.
Oh, she had a lot more than that.
Wow.
I was like, so one of you guys or girls was out there, or friend of a friend, and brought her to my content. Thank you for sharing the content, but hot damn.
That's so funny. No, it's crazy. And now the bots like your stuff too. Have you noticed that they like, I don't know. I'm like, thanks. Whoever you are.
I get the ones that like a bunch in a row. And then they're like,
yeah.
What is it they said the last time? They said something like, it looks like you're really repping the hood.
You're like.
Like, I'm a fluffy white girl.
You just gotta get a teardrop tattoo, and then you can actually fully, draw
one on. Where's my pen?
Yeah, no, you need to.
They're like, you're representing the culture. I'm like, what culture? They're like, let's talk. I'm like, let's not.
You're like, I'm talking about music I like. Let's talk. Let's not. That's my favorite new thing. Let's talk. Let's not. I've had so many weird, or those random like messages. I get ones that are like, oh, like I'll put you on my radio show or this and that, and then you like find out that it's like someone impersonating an actual like host and whatever, and you're like, how freaking bored do you have to be? First of all, there's so many people you could create a fake account to impersonate. You're picking some random ass like host from it's so funny. And then they're like, just give me like $50. Actually, no, give me $200.
I get the sugar daddies. I need a sugar baby.
I see to start taking pictures of my feet and selling them, I think.
No, that has been by the way, that is a very common conversation on this podcast. Onlyfeets.com is a thing.
Inflation's high. Inflation's bad right now. All over.
My daughter's like, are you available? I'm like, not really.
No.
Do you hear me yelling in here? I'm not available. If I'm yelling, I'm probably on the line.
Let's talk. Let's not. my god.
No, the
That's
fake
great.
accounts are hilarious to me, and actually,
Oh, that's so
I have
funny.
a thread under a channel in my Discord where I post all of my
Yeah.
crazy fake followers. So I get like 85 Tom
Oh, that's
McDonald's, I
funny.
get Echo, I get Atlas, I get I have them all
Yeah.
in there, and every time I get them, I post them, and I'm starting to get fixed now. Um, it's just so funny because, and then we post our
That's
scripts
hilarious.
because why not? It's fun, and some of
Yeah.
them, one of them, oh, Atlas was going to be on the podcast, but he didn't get an opportunity because he blew up with Jelly Roll. Like that happened literally. We were talking, and he says, "Let me talk to my
And
management
that
team."
happened.
And then a week and a half later, he's on
Oh,
stage with Jelly
wow.
Roll. I'm like, yeah, well, that ship fucking sailed. Okay,
Wow.
but no, because he's so busy. There's no way he'd find time right now. There's just no way.
Well, of course. Yeah.
But we were talking, and then his account got hacked, and he had responded it under his new one of his new songs, and he had said, "Hey, somebody was like trying to hack my account, blah 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 blah. It's not me, so my account's not working, and I just put out this song. If you guys don't mind sharing it, right?" So then he was
Mhm.
AFK for like a month almost.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
after that happened, I get a message from like an Atlas 12345 who's like, "Hey, this is my private account. I'm a master of men." And
Wait. What does that even mean?
we couldn't figure it out. It's posted in my server, so I'll have to I'll have to like tag you in it
You
so you
have
can
to.
see it
I'm a
because it was like
master of men.
it was something
Wow.
like that, and it was like, and then they were like, he was like, appreciate you for being long fan. This is not fake, and I said, bullshit, you're fake, and he's like,
You're like, speak English.
he's
again.
like, I'm not fake, and I was like, yes, you are. I said, guess what? You fucked around and talked to someone
Oh.
who actually knows him. Oops. Like, do you really think he's like,
You have to ask like personal questions to them, because I get like people that are like, "Hey, it's me, da da da, I miss you," and then you get like that feeling. Oh, have you ever? Wait, this is fun. Have you ever been DM'd by the Illuminati?
yes, that's posted in
Right?
there too. I was like, I've made it. I've made it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, wow, they found me. And they want to use me because they can see my talent. It's like, no.
Well,
this is
my favorite is getting them from Nova. Getting them from
Oh.
Nova is hilarious because
that's hilarious.
anybody that knows me knows that I'm one of her Twitch mods.
Yeah.
I know Nova. Like, we have conversations sometimes when, she's not crazy busy.
And it's like, would you like to join the Divine Order of the Illuminati Brotherhood?
I'm like,
I'm a master of men. Yeah.
I'm reading
Serious?
Wallflower. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, that's funny because Bunny actually responded to Stacy, who's a friend of mine, in my comments in her post on Instagram. Bunny actually responded. So, I mean, it's just, this world is so small. It's just funny that people,
It is.
the one person you should never really come at when it comes to trying to fake being somebody else is the person that talks to everybody.
Oh, totally. And the person that actually has like genuine, connections or whatever with people, because otherwise it's just like,
I think it's funny because people don't realize that I talk to way more people than I've ever been on here. People that are like, look, if you grow your channel, I'm down. Or people that are like, look, I'm on tour, I can't. Or people who are like, yeah, but I need to be in 2023. So I've been talking to people for a year now, and people of people, and I generally get responses. Not everybody blows me off. So my point is that I'm not the one. Like, if I follow them and interact on their posts,
you've spoken to the person,
you probably don't want to be telling me that you're them. Oh, this is my private account.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Liar.
Yeah.
Liar. Sherry, appreciate you being here, hon. But no, it gets funny. It's a really small world.
Oh, it is. Of course it is. No, even the fact that, like, especially like just the circle, like, since I've sort of been more in, like, I guess you could say, like, more of like the underground community here, it's such a small world in terms of just like, and then you realize though that it's not just like contained to like where you're at locally. Like, I'm from Vancouver, like British Columbia, right? And like, Amy's from here, and a bunch of other like, female rappers are from here too, which is awesome. And like, it's so wonderful to see, like, women doing this and not being like afraid to and stuff, right? Which is great. But like, it's so cool to see how connected it gets with just people that are fans of like, you know, underground rap or like female MCs, and they do the research like you do and other people do, and they like, you know, they uh to me that's like, so it means so much just to like, you know, be able to connect with people that really love it because they love the music, right? It's the most rewarding thing, honestly.
And see, that's the thing, is that the communities that I generally will pop into, and I feature them. I say hi. They're friends of mine. I call them friends. One just jumped in. What's up, Blind Sight? What's up, Mr. Travel Bug? Guess you got to the hotel in time for the
Oh,
podcast? That's somebody you
Mr.
know.
Travel Bug, what's up? That's my homie. That's my homie Max. He's in Europe right now.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
it
See,
means a lot that you're tuning in.
that's kind of what
He's
I'm
the
saying.
best.
Is it's like these communities. They're people that they want to have the opportunity to support someone on a personal level, right? I
Yes.
mean, it's
Yes.
great to have these songs that you're just like, oh my god, this person's amazing. But how much? Just let's be honest. How much cooler is it when that person is going to sit there and respond to your comment? Now, there's a big difference between like sucking up to them and like, oh my
Mhm.
god, pay attention to me. That's different than being genuine and being like, you know what, I really rocked with what you did. It really resonated with me personally, and someone responds and says, not just, but they say, oh wow,
Or like,
that's really nice to hear that. I appreciate that. Good luck with your kids or something. And you're like, holy shit, they read it, they paid attention. To be able to
yeah.
connect on that level, I think people are starting to realize that is, you've got to do it. You have to do
Well,
it.
and if that's the reason, like, because even like for me, that's probably the most rewarding part of it. Like, because it's like, you know, some of the time when you're making music or whatever, for me, it's just, you know, let's say you're, you know, you're getting it out, and it feels like a personal process. But then the moment that you get to the part where you get to share it with other people, if you're not willing to like if you're not, honestly, for me, like I get so grateful to hear the ways that people connect with the music and like my music, because it's just like, wow, um we can relate on, you know, whatever sentiment came across to you, and like I get to make a connection with somebody, you know, that feels the way I feel on some level, or some lyric that sort of, you know, meant something to you. It's just, that's like, it just makes the world feel a little bit more livable when you know that, you know, there's other people that sort of share the same emotions and experiences and, you know,
Well,
stuff as you do. That's the best part, honestly.
that's the thing, is
Yeah.
I do tell people, and I say this, when I say this is because I know I've repeated myself in different people in different times and different conversations, and I I try to say the same thing, like I stick with what I say. But one of the things is that there's that moment for most artists where they realize that something they did changed someone's their outlook, their life, their day, their perception, their opinion. Not their opinion like, oh, you need to change your opinion, but like, holy crap, I never thought of it that way because I never would have, except you addressed it and now here I am. Like, that moment is epic. And that pushes a lot of artists and a lot of content creators to keep creating because, yeah, there might be how many billion people are in this world that aren't listening,
Yeah.
but there are a couple that are, and they're worth your time and they're worth your effort, and they're going to reach out and say it, and people that just are like, whatever, I just want numbers. I just want to crank out numbers. It's like you're missing the now type
What
of
matters?
entertainment. People want
Yeah.
to resonate with someone, whether on like I said, it's got to be your heart, your head, or your humor. That's how you connect with people. Your emotions, I consider that part of your heart. Like, it comes from the heart, what you're trying to
Oh,
say.
definitely.
But
I love that. I'm gonna live by the three H's now that you've you know, forget about the W's. What the three H's are the standard to live by now. No, I love that because
well, you should be
just,
engaging one of those pretty much at all times, in order
no,
if
it's
you want
true.
it to be
It's true.
happy. I mean, that's what you need. You need to engage your mind, your head, your heart, or your humor. So you got to have fun with it. You've got to be emotionally invested, or you've got to be intellectually stimulated.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Or, you
Every
know,
single
in a
song you
perfect,
love, you can attribute to one of those things.
yeah, and if you have all three, that's even better. But it's just like you said, and especially just because given, I think also like post COVID, people feel sort of like they really want to connect and they just want to, like, there's so much going on. There's so much stress that people feel in their daily lives. It's like, okay, I gotta work, I gotta do this because this and that. And if you hear my song for 3 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever it is, and it does something for you in your day and it makes you feel better, or it feels like it's comforting some part of yourself, and you connect with that, to me, that's the reason why I do this. Like, honestly, there's no other sort of thing that's more meaningful or like of value than being able to connect with people, and then like have people, like you said, take the time out of their day to message you or something, or comment and be like, hey, this song did this or whatever, or I felt this. It's like, you have to take the time to appreciate that. That's what it's all about, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is it's like this is just from this is my personal opinion. This is just, I've been doing this for a year now. Like,
Yeah.
with
Which
no
is
idea
awesome.
what I'm doing, okay? And I've
So
had
cool.
like a good 50 plus people on so far.
Yeah.
Going strong. Only took like a 4-week hiatus just cuz. But anyway, my point is that from what I've gathered is that most artists have something that they've got to get out. They have to get it out. Whether it be their stress, whether that's how they cope, whether that's how they handle or function or process things, they have to let it out. But on the flip side of that, to know that someone else feels the same way, I don't care how big or how small you are, it matters and it changes everything. Like, you could sit here, I could sit here and do the phone song, which by the way was fire, y'all.
It was fire.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna drop a track.
worried. I've got big competition now with this song. Like, I've got to step my bars up for this. Are you gonna do it again? You should put it on again.
I'm not gonna do it again. I don't even know what I said.
But give me like 2 bars. Give me like the I'm on my phone and I'm home alone. It was so good.
I hate you for this.
Okay.
I hate you for this so much.
She's dropping in.
Me.
And now my homie Cat's gonna drop some bars on you.
But it's not bars, it's singing. I turned it way up. You hear that?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna warble, y'all. Let's
We're in
go.
the sweet spot right now. It's like,
I'm on D. My auto tune's on D, whatever that means. I got the big D, and I don't mean Dallas or divorce.
You need sound effects. You need like to let a horn out just now.
I have sound effects, but you can't hear them. That's what I was asking.
Oh,
no,
like do you ever just play them for yourself?
I do all the time. Or my daughter. We're just sitting here like, we think we're funny. I do the echo too. I don't know if you guys can hear the echo if I do it. Whoa.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah. Where? What?
Now I'm in a bathroom with auto tune.
Are you here? Yeah.
Hello. I'm on my phone. Oh,
now it sounds like with the echo and the auto tune, it's like you're on the toilet.
I am.
You're the next auto tune.
I have the best setup around my throne.
Yeah, this is your throne and your king. See? There you go. It's for king.
I can't do that often. That's just too much for my.
It's really funny though. Oh
my god. Elsewhere is everywhere, sir.
Yeah, what made you come up with that name? Do you mind if I ask you? It says "Ask me anything." To be fair, behind
says, "Ask me anything." I am equally clueless on most topics, except the name of my community, because I made that name up. Okay, so thank you, Jess, for the toilet paper and toilet emojis.
That's great.
Nailed it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jess actually has been she's literally the first person that I ever invited into the server. It's been me and her since day one. That was in June 2021. We just kind of used it as testing and, messing around, posting gifts and stuff so we could find them later. Easy peasy, right? Or to
Yeah.
have like little like sneaky conversations nobody needed to be in the middle of.
Of course.
Fast forward to fall of 2021. I'm in a lot of artists' Discord servers, okay? And
Okay.
depending on the size of them and the volatility of the artists themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
you have to be really careful what you say, especially if you're a mod or a VIP in the server, things like that. So I invited a lot of mods and people so that they could have kind of a place where they could hang out, play games while they're modding, right? But then they're not doing it
Right.
in the view of where they were supposed to be, not working. But you know what I mean? It's volunteer. So anyway,
Of course, as a moderator, yeah, for sure.
hey, what's up,
Yeah.
Carly? There's Shay. What now? Love you, sis. Love you. So what had happened was I was modding for like 85,276 YouTube channels.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
How did you do that?
No, it was probably like 15, 20, something like that. So
That's crazy. I mean, it's awesome.
every time I said that I was going to be going somewhere, people would go, "Oh." Generally, they were affiliated with Hangover Gang, right? So they were like, "Oh, where are you going?"
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Oh, well, Nick the Actor's live, or Carly's
Yeah.
live, or whatever," and they'd be like, "Oh," so they'd all go there. They're like, "Well, you can't promo on these servers because it's like there's just," and I get it because it's there were trolls and people that would like twist
Right.
things. It doesn't matter. It was besides the point. They're like, "You can't
Yeah.
say where you're going," and I'm like, "But I want to say goodbye. I don't want to just like dip, right?" And they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
you can't say anything," and I'm like, "Okay." And this is, by the way, not current like management. It was just in the past.
Right.
And so I was like, "Fine. I'm just gonna be elsewhere. I'm gonna be somewhere else." So I kept saying that over and over, and I finally got really salty about it. And I changed the
Yeah.
name of my server to elsewhere. Like, I'm going to go, you know what? I'll tell you,
I
elsewhere.
love that.
I'm going to talk elsewhere.
No,
Where
it's
else
so
would you be?
great.
You're either here or you're somewhere else. It encompasses everybody, right? Okay, so
Yeah, love it.
that's where that came from. What's up, Jackson?
Very deep. Also, you should add that to the.
Oh, I have a whole. Yeah, it was all of the salt. It was all me being a salty bitch. That was the whole thing. It wasn't because I
love
was
it.
like, "Oh, well, this really makes sense." It was like, no, I'm not allowed to say it. Fine.
I'm-
I'll say elsewhere.
Yeah,
Guess what?
I'll say it somewhere else.
That word in
Love
and of
it.
itself is now promo. You will never unhear it, and every time you use it, you will think of me.
I will. I've realized it.
Yeah.
Right now. No, and it clicked. And that was great that you said that, by the way, because you subliminally just like told me, "Hey bitch, you're gonna I can say bitch here, right?
Fuck you. No, what the hell is your
Or
problem?
should
What are
I
you
go-
cursing for?
Or I go elsewhere." Just joking.
You can come elsewhere. You can say whatever the hell you want. I don't care. No, as long as it's nothing like creepy, like, which I wouldn't have anybody
Well,
on
yeah.
here that would be that kind of creepy. Like, you
Yeah.
need to be in jail or like taken out back and shot. Aside from that, you can say whatever the hell you want. I don't care.
Oh, this is great. No, I just love the fact that like it's the best thing where you can just speak freely and like go to wherever. Like, we didn't know we were going to talk about how we were going to talk about Lion King, making the Lion King into a spoken word.
That needs to
and
happen. That
it
needs
has
to
to
happen.
you have to make that happen. And it has to go to New York one day. Yeah, you got to take the stage. We're talking because they know how to do this there.
Well, they're
So-
the best, quiet snappers out there.
Yeah,
so
they are. It was invented there.
You're
But
funny,
no,
Carly.
this
I
is
love
this
you.
is great.
Carly's
you
one of
could
the
just sit
sweetest,
there-
kindest little, like, purest people in the whole wide
Carly?
world. She's like as PG as they come. And she's
I
been on the
love that.
podcast, poor thing. I'm sorry.
I
I just saw her like hair catch on fire. Like when we were talking, we're like, she's
Well-
like,
Oh,
no, I'm just saying from our
I'm like
Vocabulary.
what? Oh,
no, that would have been great content. I would have gone viral.
oh, great
Like-
content. Yeah, all over. Like, are you okay? Just joking. I'm reposting.
Be like, keep recording. Shit, I forgot to hit
Yeah.
the record button.
Recording.
Could you do that again?
Isn't that- yeah. Do you need a Bic? Should I? Yeah.
I actually
That's
just
how
looked for one too.
But that's what people are now too. Like I feel like when stuff happens, people just pull out their phones and they don't, you know.
What's funny is like, for example, this is a dumb example, but I'm not a proponent of bullshit content. Like I get that people do funny stuff and that's funny and that's great, and I'm not dogging anyone that feels like that's what they want to do. That's not for me. I don't usually watch it. If I see a clip of something and it's like, well, that was pretty cool, and then I move on. I don't watch 8,000 times. I don't watch 8,000 people doing it. That's not for me. I'm also not on TikTok, if you haven't figured that out. I just, it's not for me. I don't have enough hours in the day. So I was on YouTube and I was seeing these YouTube shorts and I was like, oh, this is really cool. There's this chick and she's doing these really neat dances. And I was like, oh, and then she had the guy that's with her that's dancing too. Well, then this one that's like the videographer got a little bit too into the dance. It's him with the camera mirroring her steps. Like it's on purpose. I was like, well, you just ruined it.
Yeah.
Or guy
now
asks
it's on
for a
purpose.
number and he's like,
oh yeah.
And I'm like, so you knew the dance too? Or these people joined in. They were just at the bus stop and they're the same people in like 85 of their videos.
Oh, for sure. They were just waiting and they knew the steps right away. They were definitely coordinated.
Yeah. Those are the people that believe that, or the people that believe that flash mobs like literally are like Enchanted, the movie, where she just starts dancing through Central Park and everyone knows the lyrics and the dance moves and they all join in.
Or you're in a Winners and you're buying a shirt and all of a sudden a flash mob happens and you're like, wow, this is real life. Wow. It is real. Dreams do come true.
I wish there was a way to not see. Well, I know a great way not to see them is I just don't look. Personally.
Yeah, you can just ignore them.
I'm not a scroller. Like, so if it's not like, if I don't catch it in the moment or you don't tag me in it, I don't see it. And it's nothing personal. It just is what it is. I don't have time to scroll. Yeah. And half the time, the only time I scroll, I actually take a targeted amount of time of my day to get on Instagram and to interact with people that I follow or things that are being put in front of me as something that is adjacent to something I would listen to, like new artists and stuff.
Yeah, there's a purpose to it, right? Yeah. It's not just like.
And I literally, it's actually, they describe it as a targeted interaction, and I do it on purpose. I have an absolute purpose for doing it. I am not only trying to engage with people, but I'm also trying to find new talent all the time. I don't reach out to them and a message them and I'm like, oh my God, they're great. And I reach out. I don't. I kind of sit back and I watch a little bit. But it's just how I do it, and it works out really well. And I've met a lot of amazing people that way. Now, Jackson, he's correct. He does, by the way, he does top 25, top 10 indie artists releases for like each week, each month.
Oh, wow.
So like if you ever have new music out and he's following you, he's going to catch it and he's going to put it in the list. And if you hopefully you make the top 10, top 25. I love his lists. So he's looking at everything. But
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
Once somebody says they're going to be on the podcast, I stop looking into them. That's it. Because anything I want to ask or I want to know, I'm just going to bring it up here.
Of course.
Why not? Like, why would I take away my own damn content? Does that make any sense to anybody? I'm not stupid, y'all.
There you want to ask or you want to know from me in particular? Am I putting you on the spot?
Yeah, why do you gotta grill me? Like, what the fuck?
This is the time where I ask.
Nobody asks me questions. Like, that doesn't happen. So I don't know what to do about it.
Well, you should have ask me. You got to take the sign down, girl.
Ask me well, I said I'm equally clueless. I didn't say I had answers. I said you can ask me. I didn't say I was going to respond appropriately. You got me bent. You're asking a little bit too much. I love you, JP. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, he's definitely one you want to have.
Awesome.
You want him to have you on his radar because he does push and promote the new releases like consistently. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks because he's one damn guy, but he always comes out, and I actually go through his top 10s and I find a lot of the music that I'll push on the reaction channels that way, or people that I actually just rock with and decide whether I want to bring them on. I've found about 4 people I brought on that way. So,
wow. Honestly, this means so much to people like me that are, it's really hard to get exposure, honestly. Like it's so hard, or even just to know what to do or how to begin. And like usually a lot of ours, I don't know, just for me anyway, like I'm not skilled in like marketing per se or anything like that. So it's just you have to kind of teach yourself what to do and just hope for the best in a lot of cases. So the fact that there are people like you and like JP and other people like that that, take the time to research new artists and like put them on and like propel, views and plays and things like I honestly, like, there's nothing I could be more grateful for, because it's like I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, so I'm learning, right? And it's in talking with people like you and learning how this works, and also just being like, you have to be aware too that there are people that are like working behind the scenes to help you, make your dreams happen and have your voice be heard. And I appreciate you for being one of those people.
Hey, you know
Basically.
what? I appreciate you for giving me the time of day. You'd be surprised. Some people that are, and I mean, I'm not a huge channel, but some people are smaller than me, and they're like, I will only mess with people that I feel like will promote. I'm like, fuck off. I was like, wait, I'm sorry. I stopped listening and I
Not the way
blocked
to
you.
like.
Like, please feel free to
Yeah, yeah.
continue.
Oh wait, are you still making music? Because I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally, I have no problem. I block negative energy in my life. If people are going to be a dickhole, then
Yeah,
they can just get off of my page, get out of my DMs, and just stay the fuck away from me. I'm
smart.
good with that. But,
That's
the thing
smart.
is, like, I had a really great point, and I totally, did you see it? I went like this because it went that way. I
And
don't
it
know.
flew. Oh,
It
this to
flew
me all the
away.
time.
It really did.
No problem. Catch it. Get it.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Okay, so
Okay,
I was,
good.
fun little story. I was having,
Yeah.
I got up this morning. I swear to God, I could probably show it on my phone, but I don't see the point. So at like 6 o'clock this morning, I wake up. Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing I do, and I go and I look at my notifications to see if I missed anything crazy. What I was waiting for, which Op came through.
Yeah.
Op 12 has been helping me with my graphics. He came through with the story graphic, the one that like moves.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
how to call it.
awesome.
It
Yeah.
moves, y'all. It moves.
Yeah.
It's not still. Okay. So I looked at
Yeah.
that. I'm like, okay. I had just woke up from a dream. All right. I messaged
Oh.
LC3, and a lot of people in this community know who LC3 is. He is the one that I've been pushing his version of from the Elsewhere Cipher. That was the competition. That was, I'm not going to lie, I'm biased. That was my favorite verse. It was amazing. I thought he did great. Anyway,
Okay.
besides the point.
Yeah.
So I messaged him, and I was like, I dreamt about you, and you're a savage ass motherfucker. Like, you're mean. He's like, what the fuck did I do? And I was like, well, in my dream, apparently I was talking about, hey, you want to come back on the podcast? And you're like, yeah, sure.
No.
I'm sure your 3 people will really get me the views I need. I'm like, well, fuck you.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I had so much fun though. He's like, I loved it. Of course I would come back.
So you
And I'm
were
like,
totally like
my
assuming
dream.
that it was real.
No, I knew it wasn't real, but I wanted to give him crap for it anyway because I knew that he's a cool
That's like
guy and he would totally understand. Like I could be like,
That's like when people wake up
your
from a
dream
dream where-
persona is an asshole. And he'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd be like, well, here's what happened. He's like, well, that's what you get,
I hate
bitch.
him.
Those are my favorite kind of people. I love those kind of people.
That's like those dreams
JP,
where like
I had a dream that I went down there to try and find you, and like you were out with the dogs or something, and then there was a dock and a lake. I don't even know. Like that was a long time ago, though.
you're a vivid dreamer.
I am.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
No. Because I have to always be really careful, because if I dream about anything that has to do with anybody I know, like online or
Yeah.
content, okay, I have to check and make sure that I didn't like dream post shit. Because like
would you?
I'm
You mean that's like almost like sleepwalking, but sleep posting?
sleep social media? Yes, ma'am. That's a thing.
Have you done it?
Oh fuck yeah, I have. I remember
What?
like in
Okay,
some of
wait,
this,
so you're like half asleep and you're like going and posting stuff.
right? Have you ever like fell asleep while doing something, and then you're like kind of wake up
Not
and you're like,
really.
wow.
I'm a very. It takes a lot for me to sleep.
Okay,
My
so-
brain just.
Recently, I've learned I can sleep sitting up. Fun fact. I'll be reading my book on my
That's
phone,
amazing.
sitting here
Yeah.
at the desk, right? Well, like over there, right here. I have two. This is my streaming stuff, and
Yeah.
this is my work stuff. So I sit like in the middle, and I'm
Yeah.
reading my phone because I'm like, well, this is a really good book. I want to keep going, right? And I'll wake up and I'll like have half the book highlighted because my thumb landed on it, and it just like highlighted everything, and it's like 85 pages. And I don't know where I was at to start. Like it was a good time. So
Oh, wow.
I wake up and I'm like, did I actually read part of this, or like where am I at? Like stupid shit
Oh,
like
where
that.
you don't know? Yeah, yeah.
Because you didn't realize you fell asleep. Well, I've gotten where I'll get up thinking that I'm wide awake, and the first thing I do is check the notifications. I check, the stuff that I'm modding, the stuff that's my content,
Yeah.
my stuff. And I've actually in the past posted, and like people are like, "Why are you posting in the rank channel?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I posting in the rank channel?" And I go and I look, and it was me be like, I'm like, "Wow."
Did it make sense? Like, did
No,
your words make sense?
no,
That's so funny.
no. It was like
So because you're just
gibberish,
so like, your
random
brain
words.
is so like, this is what I do, that even in sleep,
Yeah, my worst thing is when
that's
it's like 2 in the morning. I've been trying really hard not to, like, I don't go live.
yeah.
I'm learning my lesson, y'all. Y'all seen it, so don't even pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're in my community, you know what I mean. I don't go live on Instagram, and I try not to post anything that has video attached to it because
Right.
I'll wake up the next day and I'm
Yeah.
like, did I post something?
Did I actually do that? Or was that my sleep ghost posting this?
I had somebody, Mark, Metal Mark, who's in my community. He sits there and he's like, 2 a.m. posting. Let's go. I'm awake. I'm like, no.
No.
Apparently, I spent like 30 solid seconds on an Instagram
Let's
live talking
talk.
about
Let's
my
talk.
boobs. I don't know why, but I don't remember
That's
it.
so funny. You sure you weren't a bot in that moment?
Maybe I was taken
Or you
over.
weren't thinking about the bot? Yeah. It
Maybe I was
was.
asleep and someone else was like
Yeah.
living my best
And the
life.
bot came in, the bot that you were talking about with the nipples. Yeah.
Ooh.
Now it's a different kind of show.
Well, I don't think that I grew them this dinner plate sized. Like, I don't think that happened. And I actually deleted it before I went. I couldn't make myself go back and figure out what I said. And he won't tell me, which I'm okay with. I think that I can survive without knowing what I said. I don't know what it was, but I'm okay with that.
That's
But
better. It's what ignorance is bliss, right? Just don't tell me.
yeah, I have to
Yeah, I've had
sincerely
moments like that.
stay away from social media after like 10 o'clock. So I just read my book. But the problem is that I'm on my phone reading my book. So I get a notification
And then you're like, oh, well, it's so easy for me just to go down this road. Yeah.
Or I jump into other people's live streams, like when they are open, say, "Hey, come on, jump up and talk to us." And I'm like, and they're like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "I'm great." They're like, "What the fuck is
You
your
need
problem?"
no, but it'd be really great content if you like actually were able to like record this happening. And like let's say you just turn it, you know what I mean? And then you just like, or you're like going to sleep even though you're mentally not sleeping, and then people get to see the whole thing. Like that would be pretty cool. There's a girl that she's on TikTok, but she's gotten like pretty famous for like
recording herself sleeping and waking up and like walking around
and
doing stuff.
all these different things. Like she does all this stuff, and it's hilarious. And she doesn't remember any of it, but she does a lot. And God bless her husband, because he's just like there.
I've seen some of those.
I'd be afraid that she would like kill me in my sleep, honestly.
But see, to be honest, that's one of my biggest fears is to be publicly embarrassed. Which why the fuck am I on YouTube? I don't know. Like why?
It's
am
one
I
of my biggest fears. Why am I a singer and putting myself out there? It's so dumb. It's totally true. It's a huge fear. It's like, oh, I just wish. And it's like, bitch, you're posting songs and shit about everything in your life. What are you doing? You know?
This is me on a
my
cracker.
dialogue to myself. Yeah.
You want all of my dirt so that you can come at me and like destroy me?
Yeah.
Here,
like, how do you know this
song.
about me? You said it in your lyric.
Exactly.
I know all your weaknesses. Like literally. Like, what do you mean? Leave me alone. It's in your song.
Yeah. Funny. People were posting somewhere, and it wasn't elsewhere. It was literally somewhere other than elsewhere. They were talking just in general. No, they were seriously talking about, and it's been a conversation over the past, because I talk about my past and, stuff like that my mom's like, why are you talking about that? I'm like, because I do. It's just part of who I was, and it just is what it is.
Part of growing and stuff too, right? Yeah.
But they were talking about how, they don't put themselves out there to a specific level. And we've had this conversation. I had this conversation with people like last spring, I think it was, somebody that was in Truth No Lies community. We had this conversation, me and her. And she doesn't put herself
Yeah.
out there to that level because, there's the exes or there's family members that disagree with them or would,
I see.
give them crap. And my response is,
Fuck him.
bring it. Like, seriously. And
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah.
my ex-husband, bring
Yeah.
it. Like, I dare you. Do you think that
Mm.
my community wouldn't destroy you if you tried? But the thing is it's just
Yeah.
really hard because, you get in that mentality that you have to hide. And it's like, at this point, it's
And
almost better not to hide. Good night,
I
Jess.
think
Get
that's
some sleep.
societal too, right? Yeah, exactly. It's like what society teaches us. Like, like even for me, like I was definitely brought up in a community that was very like, shh, don't say anything about yourself, like this and that. And I clearly do the opposite, right? In every way. But for me, like definitely sometimes I'll like even let's say with the new song I'm releasing or whatever, some of the lyrics are pretty like it's heavy, it's out there, it's pushing buttons or whatever, and then like there's been thoughts in my mind that go like, oh well, maybe you shouldn't, like, do you want to think about if you want to like release it, or like maybe what if and then I'm like, why do you do this? And then it's like, oh yeah, because you are putting yourself out there so that also other people know that it's okay to be who they are and put themselves out there too, right? Because if we're all just like whispering about each other, but we all have our own dirt, and you know what I mean? It's like, why not just, right? Obviously, there's like a level where you want to protect yourself to a certain degree, but when it's an unreasonable fear of just like not being accepted, well, whose acceptance are you really looking for at the end of the day? Doesn't it matter that you're in acceptance of yourself and who you are, right? Like that's probably the most important thing.
She's releasing her new song. I believe it's on the 22nd of December.
Yes.
And it's called Cake Boss.
It's called Cake Boss. It's very different than Lonely Road.
Well, no, and that was the thing, is that I knew you first as like doing rap, right? That's
Yeah.
how I saw you first.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I caught you and I was like, oh, she's doing some more rap. And so I went to look and you were like, whoa. I was like, what the fuck happened? And then I noticed that there was you were doing a little bit more singing than you were rapping on like with your posts. So I was like, I said, I'm not the person that like, I follow someone and I go through their profile and look at all their crap. Like I don't. I just don't do that. I don't do that for my friends, y'all. Like, don't even pretend.
Yeah.
So if I see it, and I was seeing a lot more sing-songy stuff than I was seeing like rap stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can drop that link. Give me a second. It's actually in the description, Jackson. It's KONSTANT music if you go look it up on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, it's definitely in the description.
Or Spotify, same thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty much Konstant music everywhere. If I'm not
pretty
mistaken.
much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's funny because it's interesting that you are saying that, because I kind of, the singing stuff, I'm gonna cough now. Like that just kind of, because I always just I wrote like lyrics like rap forever, like die hard rap fan, like just like that's what I grew up with, that's what I love, like resonates with me. But then I hit a point where I because I have so many different influences, I was just like, because when you don't know if you can do something, like I'm like, I haven't had singing lessons, like I don't know if I can do this,
right? And
then it just kind of unleashed a different side of me, and now I like that I can do both, it's kind of cool. But I feel like maybe it comes from just like the artists that I've listened to so much growing up, like, and like I think I tried to like emulate the way that they sound. Like I love their voices so much. Right. Like I'll say like Amy Winehouse, like Lauryn Hill, people like that.
I knew you were gonna go with Lauryn Hill. By the way, I knew that. I was thinking that literally in my brain. I was like, I was gonna say Lauryn Hill if you didn't. I was gonna be like, have you Lauryn Hill, right?
Yeah. Weird. Be like, it's gotta be Lauryn Hill. Yeah. So then I don't know, and then it just sort of became a part of what I do now. And now it's like, and it's funny because when people are like, well, what brand do you want to go with? Or like, are you this or you singer? It's funny because if you ask different people will be like, well, I like when you rap, you can like, you can see your confidence more. And then other people are like, oh no, when you sing, it's like, I like it better when you sing. So it's just kind of.
You've got some stiff competition now. I'm in my auto-tune bag, okay?
Well, no. I'm literally gonna have to, take out a pad and a pencil after this and start writing, because I know that
I'm gonna come for
when
you.
I hear this drop, your phone drop, I'm gonna have to bring some heat because
Oops, it dropped.
oops. Oh shit. Gotta go to Twitter and see the reviews.
No, I just think it's great because by the way, thank you everybody. I see people in the chat. They're like sub to sub to sub to sub to sub. Appreciate that. Definitely check her out if you haven't yet.
Thank you.
If nothing else, just take the time, take 5 minutes of your time and check out like Lonely Road. Did I say that right? Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
And also check out one of her rap songs. Like do both so that you kind of see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the diversity of what she does.
Thank you.
Or you can do that on her Instagram as well. And actually, if you saw the post
Or
where I posted
Spotify.
this podcast, I actually posted The Lonely Road. That's her singing that. So, but I'm just saying, like, just that's all I ever ask of anybody that comes in here or that checks out and any artist that I bring up is like, just take 2 to 5 minutes and just check them out. Click on something, anything. And this is also why I tell artists, you got to be careful that you don't leave all your trash out there. Because if you leave all of your trash out there and someone's just going to check, right? What's up, Skull?
Yeah.
And someone's going to go check it, right? And they just want to see what you're about, and they just happen to click on like you're like, well, I just thought I'd leave it up there, and then they're like,
it's like,
well, that was fun, and they walk away, right? Because they're not like, ooh, right? And so people need to by the way, clean up your YouTube channels, y'all. I'm serious. Like, don't leave the bullshit out there because that's literally all you have. It's like a portfolio. If you take 1,000 pictures over the course of 10 years and you go to try to book a modeling job, you're not going to bring 10,000, all these pictures. You're going to bring your best ones. So, those should be, prominent on your page. Just a little advice, just saying, because that's what I look for. I don't go searching.
No, you're right. On my Instagram, I've got a link tree and it has my Spotify and Apple Music link. So I've got like the raps and because my YouTube doesn't have everything on it yet. I gotta work on that. But I appreciate like anybody that is into this kind of music and just is here right now and just like listening to us hang out and talk and like is taking the time, and I appreciate it so much. Like, this was so much fun.
Well, there's
so much fun.
Says, hey, Konstant, you're dope. I like what I've heard. He's one of my best friends, one of my literal best friends, and I am a diehard fan of his.
Yeah.
And his music and what he does and him as a person. And he used to co-host with me. So, like,
that's amazing.
We're like this. So if he says it too, then that just for me that reinforces it. Because
appreciate that.
He's a good. I think he's an amazing artist. All of my community seems to feel the same.
I have to check you out too.
Yeah, you definitely
Thank you.
Of course, I'm going to body him with my phone song. He don't know about. He don't want that
phone
smoke.
Song. The whole community better watch. Waves are just. My voice. No, you realize you have to do this now.
Yeah,
because now the hype is all
spoken word. I have to do that as well because that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I think Lion King is the perfect start.
I'm not going to say anything here, but maybe there'll be a collaboration in the future.
That should really happen. That really should. But
no, I'm serious.
By the way, I need somebody who's going to jump on. I'm going to do a reaction. Yes, y'all, I'm going to do a reaction. I'm going to react to Truth No Lie going complete bonkers and dropping a freestyle diss track live against somebody who's hating on the Cleveland Browns. I've already seen it, but I want to bring somebody on with me because I just sit there and laugh at it because I think it's hilarious. He went the fuck in. So I want someone to come on and react with me, and I want to post that separately. So I would love it if you're down for that.
I'm down. I'm so down.
We don't have to do it tonight, but that should be coming out soon because I have the file. Like, I actually have a copy of the file. I was like, everybody record this shit because I was there live.
I'm going to a cipher after this, but if you're free like tomorrow, girl, I'm in, honestly.
Let's do it.
I'm not even joking.
And
I'm so serious.
And I do know we went a little bit over what I figured that we were going to do. We were at about an hour and 15 minutes, but I've had a blast personally.
I've had such a blast. This has been so awesome. It made my whole week, honestly.
Oh, I'm so glad because, I always want people to go away with, someone else they can check out. A good time, good conversation to, always positive. That's the way it should be. I'm gonna let you
Best.
get to your thing. I think my kid went to bed without saying it. Or in 2 minutes she's gonna go to bed. So I want to say good night. But I want to say thank you to everybody who
Thank
showed
you.
up. Thank you for being here. Anybody who's
Thank you,
listening
everyone.
in the future people. By the way, guys, my community knows. Drop a comment because that helps. You can like it, but drop a comment. Be like, yo, what's up? Or, awesome or thumbs up. Do something, please. It makes me feel better.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
definitely check her out. Sub to her. Check her Instagram. Take 2 to 5 minutes of your time. Check out her music. It's going to be worth it. I promise you.
Thank you.
That's all I got to say. Is there anything you want to say?
This has been such a blast, honestly. I just love just getting a chance to just connect in this way and just, having our conversation go where it's going to go. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the music, to reach out to me, and because this was just such a blast, and I appreciate it so much that you connect with it, and to everybody too that's stuck around and hung out with us. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me, and I hope you like the music. It's Konstant, KONSTANT_music on Instagram, and I've got my link tree with Spotify and all those links if you want to check it out. But regardless, thank you for being here right now. It means the absolute world to me.
No, absolutely. And on that note, we're probably going to get out of here. By the way, she is in the Discord, y'all. For now, until she gets pissed
I'm here
off with all
now.
the
I'm a
notifications.
Discord girl now.
She deletes it because
Yeah.
she gets all the notifications and it drives her crazy. Other than that, she's in there for now. So, feel free to go, once you get a chance to check her out, show her some love, or on Instagram, just send her a message. On that note, we're out of here, guys. I'm going to go say goodnight to my kiddo. She's going to go do what she needs to do, and then we will talk, you and me, ma'am.
Yes,
we will talk. We got some stuff coming.
We got some things to do. Yeah.
I am so here for it. I have some my brain.
I love it.
All right. I love you guys. We're going to get out of here. You guys have a great night.
Love you all.
I got to find my outro
Thanks,
screen. I don't
Kat.
even know where it is. Hold on. Okay, found it. All right. Bye, guys.